What's going on, man? It's Vash, and I'm about to do a series overview of Sakurako-san. Can't remember the rest. The bones under Sakurako's feet. Can't remember how the shit sound in Japanese. Sorry, I got a bit of a cold, so I apologize. But I want to do a series review of that shit because y'all remember I was reviewing this shit in the beginning before I stopped making videos, and they got copyright strikes on that bullshit. I think one of them still might be up here. I think episode 1 is still up here. But I just want to do a series review of it. And, alright, let me just give y'all my initial rating of the shit first. If I had to give it a number, it would be just straight down the middle 5. It's straight down. I'm sorry if you were a huge fan of this series. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure the light novel might be better. I'm pretty sure it is. You know what I'm saying? But right away, 5 out of 10. It's just, you know what I'm saying, run-of-the-mill, standard. You know, nothing too special, nothing too bad, just whatever. Watch it once, probably never watch it again type of series, right? But I found the characters themselves to be interesting. I found Sakurako to be a very interesting character. I actually found Shotaro to be an interesting character, and I felt the dynamic between the two was interesting. But it wasn't explored in this series, so I don't understand what was even the point of having them there. They waited until the last episode to finally highlight how they met and those circumstances and all that sort of shit. And they never even went into detail to even explain the growing affection that Shotaro, was having for Sakurako, or what she felt for him. There was obviously something there because in episode 11 she cried when she had to say goodbye to him. And she felt some type of way seeing him again. He brought a human aspect out of her that was never really seen throughout the series. He brought this shit out of her. She kept him around even though she hated human interaction. So it was something about him other than his fucking name, because I know you probably thinking, well, her brother's name was Shotaro and his name is Shotaro, it sound the same. Yeah, but would you want to constantly keep someone around who reminds you of a painful time in your life? Highly doubt it. So it was something about him specifically that she was drawn to, you know. And that's something that they didn't explore in the series. You know, they didn't explore that element, which is not that big of a deal overall, but to me it was kind of a big deal. The biggest problem that I had with the series overall is that the mysteries themselves weren't intriguing enough, right? And then we get this big boss guy in the end, this crazy motherfucker, who is the orchestrator of all this shit that's happening, and that's it. That's it. That's the end of the series, unless it's gonna be a season 2 or some shit. But that was it. I was kind of like, that's fucking weird. If we have a big antagonist who was supposed to be like this main fucking guy, let's mention him in the beginning. I know we had glimpses of that guy in the beginning. Specifically, I think it was in episode 4 with the family, with the curse painting and all that bullshit. That episode, we see that guy. What was his name? Hanabusa. We see him. Hanabe, whatever his name was. We see him, and I'm just kind of like, okay, that's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? We get a mystery character. Who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? I thought they was going to mention who the fuck he was. Nope, just left it alone until like the next to last episode. They finally mentioned him again. I'm just kind of like, why? That's strange. If you have a main antagonist, if she's supposed to be Sherlock and he's supposed to be her Professor Moriarty, why not reveal that shit right away to show that these two people are pursuing one another? And that's why she has this, you know, thing with, you know, not wanting Shotaro to be involved in all this shit. And why she's herself, who doesn't enjoy human interaction, is even indulging in these mysteries because it's getting one step closer to figuring out this guy. That would have been dope. But you waited 11 episodes to finally say that shit. And episode 11 was fucking great. If that series had been like episode 11 the entire time, fucking great. But some of those mysteries weren't really mysteries. It was just like closure for certain characters. Like, and that's annoying. You know what I'm saying? That's annoying. It was more like Sakurako was a counselor than she was a detective. I know she wasn't supposed to be a detective, you know what I'm saying, because she was a bone specialist or whatever, but the theme of this series is mystery, and that she is the one who can crack these mysteries by studying bones or whatever. But most of the time it was like a psychological pain or an emotional pain that people were going through, you know, and I'm just kind of like, that's not really a mystery. Like Hyoka, the series Hyoka had more mysterious themes and more detective work solved by Oreki than this series did with Sakurako, and Sakurako was supposed to be the main focus of the shit and was supposed to have been the detective. So it kind of threw me for a loop that this series just couldn't handle the delivery of mystery well. It did the same thing that Vashthekyd did. It started off great, and it was just a downward spiral since then. You know what I'm saying? Vashthekyd was fucking great in the beginning, but it was just like a downward spiral because they just couldn't figure out how to invoke the element of mystery within the series, even though it was supposed to be a mystery. So that kind of fucked me up. You know, but like I said, the two characters are interesting. The two characters were interesting. Shotaro was interesting. Sakurako was definitely interesting. I was more interested in her than I was with Shotaro because, you know, Shotaro's personality was, you know, he was the typical anime boy. You know what I mean? Kind of shy and reserved and all that bullshit. But at the same time, he had this way about him that people gravitated towards because everyone was speaking toward. People spoke to him all the time and shit. Even adults, they found it comfortable to talk to this motherfucker about anything. Considering that he's a 16-year-old boy, they shouldn't have, but they still did, you know. But yeah, I found the characters to be interesting. I did find the dynamic to be great with one another. Although the only thing that pissed me off was that their interactions with one another's personalities was stupid. Like, I think, wasn't that episode 2 or 3? I think it was 2. The baby, with the baby being on the floor, and that fucking dude was trying to attack or whatever, and Shotaro takes him down because he knows judo or some bullshit like that. She fucking screamed at him, "Don't you ever do that shit again." But he took the guy down. I know that you're worried about him, but he took him down. He took the guy down, you know what I'm saying? Because if he did nothing, then the situation would have been way worse than what the fuck it was. He took the guy down. And then Shotaro, every time she would be rude, Sakurako would be rude to people, he'd be like, "Sakurako-san, it's not how you would do things here." But she's been that way since you met her. In fact, that's one of the things that we see in episode 12 that drew you to her, because she was this weird woman. Other than being beautiful, she was a weird woman who just didn't seem fazed by the boring happenings of life. And your character is someone who wants to escape his normal boring life, so you visited her and you watched her constantly to get away from that boring life. But now that you're a part of it, you try to take away the excitement of it by making her boring like what your regular life was. It's strange. I know it's done for comedic purposes of the show, but that's strange. I'm going to have to read the light novel and do a comparison of the two, but I just thought it was strange. So like I said, this series to me was run of the mill. Just kind of whatever. You can give it a watch if you want to. If not, it still doesn't matter. It's not going to affect anything whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. I hope you don't give me too much shit for not liking this series as much as everyone else did. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's just how it is, man. Vashthekyd.